Hey, it's Peter Gregg, Miami, Florida. Okay, I want to give you an update for what happened this week. Oh my. Okay, well, you guys know Shane came from In the Blues, and you know he did an interview of me standing right here in this very spot. So I was over to this side, and Shane was over to that side, and we did an interview. And boy, can I talk! But it was a really good interview. How about if I put a link in the description to where, down below, you know, the box below. If you're watching on a phone, turn the phone upright, because if you're watching it like that, you're not going to see the buttons, okay? But if you turn it like that, you'll see the buttons underneath, and you'll go to where it says show more or something, to whatever they're calling it these days. They even have a down little knobby there, and I'll put a link to that so you can go over to Shane's channel. And if you're not subscribed to Shane, good golly, Miss Molly, you need to subscribe. Geeky Nerdy Techie, that's the name of his channel. So he's floating around the state of Florida right now, going to guitar shop after guitar shop. You know, he's a professional blues. That's why his name is called In the Blues. Hello, did you just get that now? His name is called In the Blues. Was that a hint? That was a hint. If I don't play poker with me, you'll lose. All right, so Shane is traveling around with the lovely and gorgeous and talented Rhiannon, and they are visiting guitar shops. She's actually doing a lot of the camera work that you'll be seeing in the next month or so when he gets back to Australia. But for right now, he's still in Florida. That's where I'm at. So what happened this week? The R7s got shipped, but I wasn't in the first shipment. I ordered the camera with the kit lens with the 18 to 150 millimeters, and I guess my contacts over at B&H didn't do a whole lot for me, did they? So it's all paid for. Okay, it's all paid for. The credit card has been charged and all of that good stuff. So there was no anything that the Canon R7 has been shipped. Am I still as excited about it as I was before? Heck yes! That camera is like an awesome, it's got so many wonderful things. It's got one of the first that doesn't have no recording limit, especially at $1,500. Okay, so I can record in 4K, and it's overcropped, oversampled, not overcropped, oversampled. And when it's oversampled, that means it's shrunk. Honey, I shrunk the kids. And when you do that, it makes everything that's bad shrink down smaller. So when people say, do you like a bigger megapixel or a lower? I like the bigger for that reason, because it's kind of like when you put something into the Xerox, and if you got a little dash that where your pen scraped it, as you reduce it and you reduce it and you reduce it, that little pen scrape gets smaller and smaller. Same thing in reverse. If you're going to blow something else and you've got like a little squiggly from a pen, as you enlarge it, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay, you get the point. Okay, so anyway, so the R7 didn't get shipped. I'm disappointed. Never ask God to teach you patience, as He will. Okay, so we got that. Oh, this morning I was 169 pounds. So this is from 202, 205 area, doing the low carb, keto, carnivore, a mixture of all of those and above. So that's the wonderful news. Now remember, I did not start doing this diet to lose weight. That's gravy on top. That's a side benefit. I did it so I could feel better. And do I feel better? Yes, there's no side effects. Oh, Peter, you're so funny. Okay, so yes, I feel better. That fog that cloud that comes over your mind sometimes, especially as you get older, has basically gone away. I'm sleeping through the whole night, which is great. You guys that get older, you know, sometimes you got to get up and go to the pot in the middle of the night. Well, I just noticed I'm sleeping through the whole night. So I'm spending a lot more time on the Peter's Kitchen aimed at my little journey that I'm doing with this keto diet. Now, I'm not the best and I'm not a professional, but I could tell you what I'm feeling and where I'm feeling it, and what I'm eating and how it tastes. So that's what I've concentrated on. And it's just excellent because, you know, there's people that go to vegan and vegetarian and they claim this is the best, low fat, this is the best. No, you can have skinny people that are sick. Yes, and here's why. Well, I'll tell that story over on Peter's Kitchen. So, you know, the plant stuff and some of that stuff, which is supposed to be good. Honestly, I grew up, you got to eat your broccoli, okay? You got to eat your greens. And now I'm learning, no, you got to eat your bacon, you got to eat your ribeye, you got to eat your tenderloin, and you got to eat your fat, you got to eat your eggs. Wow, this is contrary to everything I have been taught. Seriously, that is not a joke, because for the first beginning, for your first few days, I'm thinking, I'm killing myself as I'm eating another piece of bacon. So anyway, Peter's Kitchen. I'm even doing a show over there live every once in a while. So if you're not subscribed to Peter's Kitchen, it's fun. It's the same old me, except it's around food, okay? Instead of here where it's around anything. So I am down to 169. Now that fluctuates, honestly. I could go down to 168 and go back up to 170. But my waistline went from 44.5 to now it's 41 3/4. So we do have a thinner waist to deal with. And hopefully this chicken blah, blah, blah is going to start to disappear too. That'll be another side benefit. So it's Friday. You guys can write in the comments down below. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me how much I miss you, because I do miss you. And just because we're not on every week now, does it mean I'm not praying? Hell no! I'm still praying for each and every one of you every single day. Okay, so you all get prayed for. That means I love every single one of you. Take that. Oh, when Shane came, this is not funny, but it is funny. Shane is a formal kind of a person, okay? He was very careful to try to not step on me while I was talking and all that, and I never shut up, so poor Shane had very little opportunity to get a word in edgewise. And then finally, I just gave him a great big hug, and it was like, oh no, I'm being hugged. What's going on here? And I laughed and I said, come on, Shane, you're like a brother in the blues, geeky, nerdy, techie, big channels, okay? And I enjoyed it. You know, I don't get an opportunity to give a lot of hugs. There's nothing bad about it. It's just a happy hug, okay? But figure like a British guy. I mean, the very proper, and I think a little of that has worn off on Shane. But what a wonderful, nice, sweet, amazing guy. And I just asked him a question today. Boom, he went doing research, okay, just to help me a little bit on what I was looking for. So that brings us all the way back. Yes, I'm still excited about the R7. I can't wait till it gets here. Come, R7, come to Papa. And the lens, too. And I'm going to have to get me an adapter so I could put some of the other, the EF lenses that I have. The 50mm 1.2. She's sitting there so well behaved, and the 24mm 1.4, the 85mm 1.8, they're just quiet and they just sit there. I don't know what happens when I walk past there. Sometimes I trip and fall. You don't think those lenses are tripping me on purpose, do you? All right, give this a like, Give this a subscribe. The R7 is still on its way. I still love each and every one of you. And I thank God for you because I have a lot of friends. It's called family. Thanks for being here. Peter Gregg Live in the Christmas room. Bye. Whoosh.
You have just watched another Peter Gregg video. Something warm, human, and wonderful happens when you watch Peter Gregg. Thank you for watching.